Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the car, an all but familiar setting. And today I decided to venture out to Hardees, or as some people like to call it, Carl's Jr. Believe it or not, Carl's Jr. and Hardees are pretty much the same exact thing. One is West Coast, i.e. Carl's Jr. Hardees is East Coast, but they're pretty much the same exact thing. A few small variances, but they're really the same thing. But if you want to, it's Carl's Jr. and Hardees. And they're trying out some new stuff. This item's been on the menu for at least a little while, but at least it's somewhat new. It is their Charbroiled Chicken Club Sandwich. Apparently it's, all natural, organic chicken now, in a club type of sandwich. It's skinless chicken, grilled, and it's supposedly perhaps a healthier alternative to some of the other things on the menu. So here's the sandwich itself. You can see it right here. It's got a sesame seed bun, comes with some bacon strips, some nice beautiful gooey mayonnaise, a slice of cheese, a piece of the charbroiled chicken, a tomato, lettuce, and of course even more mayo, because you just need more of that. One bun isn't enough. They're following the go big or go home ideology, where they say, go big or go home, and you gotta just dump the whole frickin' jar of mayo on it. That's just what they do. It's just how they do it at Hardees / Carl's Jr. Well, it's a very slippery sandwich already, but I got control over it. We're just gonna eat it and review it. Going in. Throwing any napkins here? This is almost unmanageable to eat. This really is. It's almost to the point, it's so slippery, it's almost unmanageable. I mean, in all the reviews I've done, which is a lot, I have not had a more unstable sandwich than this one. This is it. And one more bite. Piece of garbage. Sorry, but that's got to factor in the taste, but in terms of stability, that's what it is. It's a piece of garbage. It's a literal piece of garbage. In terms of stability, very frustrating and even mildly infuriating to eat. But we can't just put it upon that. Of course, we got to factor in what it tastes like as well. Goodbye, motorcyclist. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly does it taste like? Of course, it was very unstable to eat. They felt the need to just dump, half the jar of mayo on it and slather it with, with more garbage and get the juices from the chicken and just slide it around. Maybe they wanted to do that. Maybe they just said, let's annoy the customer as much as possible. Maybe try to ruin their clothing while they get it. Now, the chicken itself is good, and that's the important thing. Of course, it's based very heavily off of this new organic, charbroiled chicken. And the good news is that it is quite good. Alright, the chicken itself is extremely tender, extremely juicy, just very, very rich in flavor. It even has a little bit of a hint of a sweetness to it as well. Perhaps from a little glaze that they might have marinated it with. But it's just a very, very good piece of chicken. Again, just extremely tender, extremely flavorful, extremely juicy, and the chicken itself is very good. Which almost offsets the struggle of trying to eat it. You do get a little bit of a saltiness and a crunch added in, which contradicts the softness of the chicken from the bacon strips. unfortunately, because the chicken slides around so much, you can barely even get the bacon strips and the chicken in the same exact bite. If you're lucky, it wouldn't have fallen on the floor by now. If you're lucky. And if you're unlucky, the chicken would have just slid down and fallen onto the filthy floor of your car. And, you know, I mean, if you want to get it and keep eating it, I mean, I won't recommend it, but I guarantee you there's a few people who just throw caution to the wind because they'll hear my glorious, statements regarding the chicken itself, and they'll say, just gotta taste that chicken, man. I don't care how many diseases are on it now, but I'm just gonna eat it anyways. I gotta taste that tender juiciness of the chicken. Unfortunately, other than that, the lettuce isn't that crisp. Doesn't provide anything other than more moisture. Tomatoes, same thing, more moisture. The cheese you can't even taste. The bun itself does nothing to hold on to the chicken. It just is saturated with this mayo. It just slides everything around more. It's just shameful. I mean, utterly shameful. It's a good tasting sandwich when it's all together and you can actually taste everything. But when the damn thing is just sliding around like that, you just can't. It doesn't work out. If you're really just interested in it, just rip everything off and just eat the piece of chicken. The chicken's the star of the dish. It's what's in focus here. Or take the chicken and the bacon off and just eat that. Get a little knife and fork or just use your hands and just eat it. Because honestly, everything else contributes utterly nothing to this sandwich. And all it does is just make it slide around in your hands and potentially ruin your clothing, ruin your seats, ruin your car, and ruin the meal. Alright. So, therefore, price-wise for this is around $4.99, so $5 just for the sandwich. A little bit overpriced. The chicken itself, though, is quite good. Quite good. That's just the car. The chicken itself, though, is quite good, but again, I think it could be more like a $4 sandwich than a $5 sandwich. And I really think to improve this sandwich, I really should just loosen up on that mayo. I know people love their mayo, but just slather one bun with it, and that would add a little more stability to it. Therefore, out of 10, what am I going to be rating the sandwich from Hardees / Carl's Jr.? Out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna... I mean, this was the most infuriating thing I've ever had to eat. And unfortunately, because of that, and that is a serious component of trying to eat the sandwich, I'm just gonna have to give this... I mean, the chicken's very, very good, but I'm just gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10, which even that may be a little high, but that's what it's got. It's got a 6 out of 10 rating, ladies and gentlemen, for the price, for the lack of stability, and for the fact that you can't really taste anything else on this sandwich except for some of the chicken and some of the bacon. Chicken is great, though. If you just want the chicken, go for it. That's all that I have for you. This is a new suit I'm wearing, by the way. It's a new collection, new addition to our collection. Straight up black suit from the 90s. And that's what we got. So it's a new family member now. And that's all I got for you. This is Running an Empty Food. If you, I'm your host, Support of the Week. Take care. That's all.